You already know what it feels like. You push yourself to run, you give everything you have, and within 60 seconds your lungs are on fire, your legs are screaming, and you're bent over gasping for air, wondering why your body just refuses to cooperate. You're not weak, you're not lazy, you're just training the wrong way. And today that changes. What I'm about to share with you is a weekly sprint routine that has helped people go from barely surviving a single flight of stairs to running with power, breathing with control, and feeling genuinely unstoppable. This isn't theory. This is the kind of structured, science-backed approach that elite athletes have used for decades. And I'm going to break it down so simply that you can start using it this week. But before we get into the full routine, I want to pause for just a second. If you're someone who has tried everything and still feels stuck, there is a complete program linked in the video description below. It goes far beyond what we can cover here. It's built for people who are serious about transforming their stamina from the ground up. It won't be available forever. And the people who keep waiting are always the ones who reach back out months later wishing they had just started. If that's you, go check it out now. But if you're ready to learn, let's dive in. Let's talk about what's actually happening when your stamina collapses. Picture this. You decide today is the day. You lace up your shoes, you step outside, and you start running. For the first 30 seconds it feels amazing. You feel powerful, you feel motivated, you feel like this is finally it. And then it hits. Your chest tightens. Your breathing turns into something that sounds closer to a broken engine than a human being exercising. Your legs turn into concrete. You slow down. Maybe you stop. And the worst part isn't the physical pain. The worst part is the voice inside your head that whispers that maybe you're just not built for this. That maybe some people are just naturally fit and you're not one of them. That voice is lying to you. And I need you to hear that deeply. The reason your stamina collapses has nothing to do with your potential. It has everything to do with how your cardiovascular and muscular systems are being trained. When you go from zero to full effort without proper sprint conditioning, your body doesn't have the oxygen delivery infrastructure to keep up. Your heart, your lungs, your slow and fast twitch muscle fibers, they haven't been trained to communicate efficiently under high-intensity demand. That's not a character flaw, that's a training gap. And training gaps can be closed. Here's where the real transformation begins. Sprint training, done the right way in a structured weekly format, is one of the fastest ways on the planet to build explosive stamina. Research consistently shows that high-intensity interval training, which is what smart sprint routines are built on, improves cardiovascular efficiency, increases your VO2 max, which is your body's ability to use oxygen, and builds muscular endurance far more rapidly than traditional steady-state cardio. We're talking measurable improvements in weeks, not years. Now let me walk you through the weekly routine itself. Day 1 is your foundation sprint day. This is not about going as fast as you possibly can from the very first second. That's the mistake almost everyone makes. On day 1, you're teaching your body the mechanics and the rhythm of sprinting without destroying yourself. You warm up for 5 minutes with a light jog and some dynamic movement. Then you do 8 rounds of 20-second sprints at around 70% of your maximum effort, with 90 seconds of walking recovery between each one. That's it. It sounds almost too simple. But those 20-second efforts at controlled intensity are doing something remarkable inside your body. They're triggering adaptations in your cardiovascular system, your muscle fibers, and your energy pathways. You finish day 1 feeling challenged but not wrecked. That's exactly where you want to be. Day 2 is active recovery. No sprinting. Go for a 30-minute walk. Breathe deeply. Let your body absorb the work from day 1. Skipping recovery is one of the most common reasons people plateau. Your body gets stronger during rest, not during the workout itself. Day 3 is your power sprint day. This is where intensity increases. Same warm-up structure. Now you're doing 6 rounds of 30-second sprints at around 80 to 85% of your maximum effort, with 2 minutes of walking recovery in between. The jump from 20 seconds to 30 seconds might seem small, but you'll feel it. Your lungs will work harder, your legs will push deeper, and your body will respond by building a higher ceiling of capacity. Push through the discomfort on day 3. That discomfort is not danger. That discomfort is growth happening in real time. Day 4 is another active recovery day or complete rest depending on how your body feels. Listen to your body here, not to the voice that says quit, but to the genuine physical signals telling you what you need. Day 5 is your breakthrough sprint day. This is the most demanding session of the week and also the most rewarding. You warm up properly. Then you do 5 rounds of 45-second sprints at close to 90% effort, with 2.5 minutes of walking recovery between each round. By the time you hit round 4, your mind will tell you to stop. Your legs will feel heavy. Your breathing will be loud. Do round 5 anyway, because that final round, the one you almost didn't do, is the one that builds the mental and physical fortitude that changes everything. Athletes at every level know this. The set you don't want to do is usually the one that matters most. Days 6 and 7 are rest and light movement. A gentle walk, some stretching, maybe some deep breathing work. Let your nervous system recover fully so that when Monday arrives, you come back stronger, faster, and more capable than the week before. Here's what happens to your body when you follow this structure consistently. After week 1, you will notice your recovery between sprints feels slightly easier. After week 2, your breathing during the sprint starts to feel more controlled. By week 3, people around you will start asking what you've been doing because your energy levels, your posture, and the way you carry yourself will visibly change. By week 4, you will be doing sprint sessions that would have completely destroyed you a month earlier, and you'll be finishing them feeling powerful instead of defeated. That progression is not magic, it's adaptation. Your heart gets more efficient at pumping blood. Your lungs increase their capacity to extract oxygen. Your muscles become better at using that oxygen to generate energy. Your fast twitch fibers wake up and start contributing to your performance in ways they simply weren't before. Your mitochondria, the tiny energy factories inside your cells, actually multiply. You become a more efficient human machine at a cellular level. And here's what nobody talks about enough. The psychological shift is just as powerful as the physical one. When you finish your first breakthrough sprint day, when you complete that 5th round, even though everything in you wanted to quit, something shifts in how you see yourself. You stop seeing yourself as someone who can't do this. You start becoming someone who does. That identity shift bleeds into every other area of your life. Your confidence at work, the way you handle stress, the energy you bring to your relationships, the clarity you feel when you wake up in the morning. Stamina isn't just about running. It's about having the capacity to show up fully for your life. Now let me address something important. This routine is for you whether you're starting completely from scratch or whether you've been training inconsistently and can't figure out why your results have plateaued. If you've been the person who runs hard 3 days in a row and then does nothing for 2 weeks, this structure will be a complete game changer. Consistency within a planned framework beats intensity without structure every single time. The people who transform their bodies and their fitness levels aren't the ones who occasionally go all out. They're the ones who show up to a smart plan week after week. A few critical tips to make this routine work even better. Number 1. Sprint on a surface that's kind to your joints. Grass or a rubberized track are ideal. Concrete is hard on your knees and ankles, especially in the early weeks. Number 2. Your sprint form matters more than your speed. Drive your knees up, keep your arms at 90 degrees, and lean slightly forward from your ankles, not your waist. Poor form leads to injury, and injury leads to stopping, which leads back to square one. Number 3. Stay hydrated consistently throughout the day, not just during your workouts. Dehydration tanks your performance faster than almost anything else. Number 4. Get enough sleep. Seriously, if you're sleeping 5 hours a night and wondering why your stamina isn't improving, there's your answer. Your body rebuilds and strengthens during deep sleep. Protect it fiercely. And number 5. Track your progress. Write down how you felt after each session. Notice the small wins. Notice when the recovery gets faster. Notice when the sprints feel slightly easier than they did the week before. Those small wins compound into massive transformation over time, but only if you're paying attention to them. Here's something worth sitting with for a moment. The cost of staying where you are is higher than you think. Every week you spend huffing and puffing through basic activities. Every time you avoid a physical challenge because you know your stamina will betray you. Every morning you wake up feeling sluggish and worn down before the day even starts. That's the real price. That price gets paid silently, slowly, and consistently. The investment in building your stamina, on the other hand, pays you back with interest every single day. The people who follow structured sprint routines report not just better physical performance, but better mental health, better sleep quality, reduced anxiety, and a genuine sense of pride in what their body can accomplish. That return on investment is profound. It touches every dimension of your life in ways that are genuinely hard to overstate. This routine works. The science behind it is solid. The structure is simple enough to start this week. And the results will speak for themselves if you give it a real chance. If you want to take this to the deepest possible level, if you want a complete system that covers every variable of your training, recovery, and performance in a way that maximizes your results in the shortest possible time, that program in the description is waiting for you. The people who act today are the ones who look back 3 months from now completely unrecognizable from where they started. The people who wait will still be waiting. The choice really is that simple.